Hello friend, it's been a long ride, and in this video I just want to share some final thoughts, encourage you and share some advice on things you should try as much as possible to avoid as you go for your exam. Your exam is in a matter of days or hours depending on when you're watching this video, and I just have to say that well done, you've done an amazing job in preparing so hard all this while for this exam. And even if you feel like you've not studied hard enough or you've not put in enough work as you think you should have, this is not the time to beat yourself up. I want you to go to the exam with a victorious mindset. Go with full determination that you're going to put in your very best in the exam hall and nothing less. I'll be here waiting for you to get a feedback on how your exam went. But I want you to remember that the ultimate goal of this exam is to get an admission to study the course you want in the institution of your choice. This JAMB, this UTM is just a part of the whole admission process, and there are other things that also matter in getting admission. Be rest assured that I'm going to be here all through the way to guide you through the admission process. So subscribe to not miss any part of it. Now let me take you through some checklist of things you should get ready for your exam or things you should do in preparation for your exam. Number one is to print your exam slip. I believe most of you have already done that. If you've not done that, I'm going to put a link in the description below. You could just click the link, put in your JAMB registration number, and you'll be able to easily get it. And I know that many people, you have it on your phone, but actually go print a copy, print a physical copy of the paper, because you're going to be taking it to the exam center that day. I see many students do this, which shows unseriousness in my own opinion. It's on the morning of the exam they're trying to print. If you're watching this video during the day and you've not printed it, just take a pause, go to any cafe or whatever and print hard copy of your slip and keep it where you're going to find it easily when you're going for your exam. The second thing I need you to do now is to know your exam center, know your venue, and know what time your exam is going to be. Now you are going to get all this information in the exam slip you print. Actually, you should not just know where your exam center is on paper, you should know where the location actually is. If the exam center is close to you, you could just take a stroll to actually see the building and locate it, or ask people to make sure you actually know where the exam center is. And if it is a place you're going to take a vehicle or vehicles, if it is relatively far or actually very far from you, you should actually put in traffic consideration. If you stay in Lagos, traffic can be a major issue. So you should know if there's traffic, how long before the exam time should I actually leave my house so as to get there way before the exam time. Don't make the mistake of leaving home too late such that you get to your exam venue late, and this is probably going to destabilize you. I want you to avoid that by all means. And if your exam venue is very far, sometimes for some reason some people can be posted to a place that is very far. If that's the case, many people would consider lodging in a hotel that is close by or staying with a relative that stays around the place. I'm sure you're going to figure something out, but please, the point is know your exam center and make sure you'll be able to get there on time on your exam day. The next thing I want you to please do is to get early to exam center. I cannot overstate how important this is. It is better to get way early to your exam center than to get just at the nick of time there. If you get way early to the exam center, you're going to sit down there and familiarize yourself with the environment. You're going to stay calm. But if you're already late, your mind is going to be divided. All your mind is, oh, am I going to make it to the exam center on time? And God forbid you get there when the exam has started some minutes. Some examiner can be very strict and even waste your time more. I want you to avoid this. Try to put everything in place and make sure you get to your exam center. Wake up early. The next thing I want you to do is to stay as calm as possible while you get to the exam venue and even while you're writing your exam. Try to follow instructions. Do not violate rules. But let's talk about things you should avoid. Number one is to avoid things that will put you in a suboptimal state on your exam day. I want you to put yourself in the best possible state your brain can be. And how do you do this? Before your exam, even days before your exam, please note whatever food you're going to be eating. If there's a particular food that makes you go to the toilet so much, try to avoid it between now that you're seeing the video and your exam day. And even worse, on your exam day, try not to eat something that is going to make you visit the toilet so often. Another thing which many students do is pulling all-nighters just before the exam. I don't know how much you could possibly read one night before your exam. I always encourage and advise you to actually sleep that night to your exam. Even if you're going to do all-nighters, let it be before your exam. On the night to your exam, actually get some sleep so that your brain the next day is going to be sharp. And it depends on you, you know yourself. Some people cannot really function optimally when their stomach is empty. If that's the case, I would not encourage fasting on your exam day. You could do that days before your exam. But on your exam day, try to get something to eat if you know that you can't really function very well when you are hungry. But some people, they'd rather not eat to exam. I have friends like that, and it's fine. I know myself. I know I would like to eat something before my exam, even though it is very little. Another thing I want you to avoid on your exam day are prohibited or unnecessary materials. In your exam slip, there's a list of things that are not allowed in your exam center. Please do not take those things there. Your phone, calculators, wristwatches, and stuff like that are not allowed. If you don't have to take your phone, please don't. But if you have to take your phone, some people can go with a relative that they will hand their phone over to. But there are some cases where you will not have anybody, but you have to take your phone, maybe to communicate or for any reason. There are usually people around the center that will help you. It might not be in every center, but from my experience, there are some centers, or quite a number of centers I've seen, they will get the phones for you and document your name, and sometimes you have to pay them to help you keep your phone. But if you don't have to take any of these valuable items, you should not. So I know you probably ask that, are writing materials allowed? Like, do you take papers, pen and pencil for people that need to solve stuff? For this recently written mock, HB pencil was allowed by JAMB, others were not allowed. Or I believe in your center you're going to be writing, a paper is going to be provided for you. And there's even a center I know of that gave the student pencil as well. So student did not come in with anything else except the slip. So you could just go with your pencil and listen to whatever instruction they give at the center. If they're going to provide you pencils inside, they'll probably tell you to drop every other thing outside and just follow the instruction. At the end of the day, I hope everything is going to turn out well for you. You're going to do this right. Don't forget to put everything into God's hands, as I always say. Thank you, and I'll see you after your exam. Bye bye.